Welcome back, everyone, and I do mean everyone. It's Forgotten Circus. So, in this video, I'm going to be doing my Dune light spoiler review of Dune Part Two. What did I think about the movie? The movie's absolutely amazing. The score is amazing. The sound is ridiculous. This Denis with his sound crew and his special effects team, they just need to do all movies, please. Just if you need to hire them, just have them there. The movie's fantastic. I'm still on the fence because I'm a big Dune 1 fan, Dune Part 1, and I'm still on the fence. They're like neck and neck right now. This definitely deserves multiple rewatches. I'm going to be watching this more, probably go to the theater again, and then after that, I'll keep watching it, and I'll be doing more breakdowns of this. So let me tell you something about this movie. It's an absolute roller coaster. And I had made a video a long time ago saying, could Dune dethrone Star Wars? Because everybody thinks that the story after Messiah isn't that great. The way Denis set this up, we could have multiple movies. But I know that he said he's going to be done. He's going to end with Messiah, and that's it. But all right, so let me talk about the movie and some of the characters in the movie. All right, Timothy Chalamet, he was phenomenal as Paul, phenomenal, and it's crazy in this movie. There's so much manipulation, they basically tell you from like the character's point of view that there's no good side in this. People will die. It doesn't matter who rules. Shaddam, Mohadib, Harkonnen. It's all going to end in tragedy. And I really liked how they showed you how the real enemy to everybody, I mean, they're their own enemy too, is the sisterhood, the Bene Gesserit. They manipulate everybody from every side, and I liked some of the character developments in this, like with Rebecca Ferguson, Lady Jessica. She becomes the Reverend Mother of the Fremen, and she like it's like a switch turns on. You can see every character when they change from that last little bit of innocence and doing the right thing no matter what, just leaves. It's all about the cause now. It's all about putting Paul on that throne. So yes, some people get betrayed. Yes, some people get manipulated. But everybody has a picture of the perfect future for their people. And it creates a lot of chaos. And in this movie, sometimes it's just like, I don't know if he's going to have a director's cut, but this director's cut is probably going to be like 9 hours long, because that's one of the gripes I had about this movie. It was just, no, I enjoyed it. I love this movie. Don't get me wrong. It's just hitting you like bam, 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 bam. Everything's just hitting you all at once. Like you're over here, then you're over here, and then you're right there, and then you're back here. They do really good at explaining, but it was like so much throughout the movie. There were times when I was sitting in there, and as soon as I saw the Bene Gesserit come in, I was like, oh my God, thank God. At least we got about a 2-minute break, and everything's going to be chill. We're going to get more story building here, character development. All right. And then boom, it hits you again. Like, and that's not even there's a lot of action in this, a lot of great scenes. Yeah. Let me get back to some of the characters. So Javier Bardem as Stilgar, he's kind of the comic relief, and he's Mr. Old Gossiper, and he's Paul's hype man. He trying to act like he ate at the beginning, but as it goes, I really like, he's just great as Stilgar. Josh Brolin, he did good as Gurney Halleck. It's kind of confusing. He has so much rage, and you see why he had that rage. But I'm doing light spoilers, so you could see the change of his character from Dune Part 1 2. You see so many changes of these characters all in a split second. You know, it's like they hit the switch on. He's good. Like the Harkonnens, like Gidi Prime. They made Gidi Prime look like a straight shithole. Pardon my French. I was terrified of that planet. The planet has nothing appealing to me, and I like how he represented that eeriness, that goth of Gede Prime in the movie. So when you really, and it was cool to actually see that, you know. Um, but yeah, the Harkonnens, they just don't care. I like the ruthlessness, the grittiness, and I like how they did it in the black and white, and it looks so clear. It was so great to see like a long portions of black and white scenes too, and the crisp and clearness of it. I did like that cinematography, and yeah, but so I mean the Baron, they just showed the Baron just doesn't care. All he's about is getting getting Fade Routha, his favorite. Because you know, Beast for mine, he's too Dave Bautista, he's too, you know, he's too freaking juiced up. Dude's a straight meathead, has no direction. They proved that in this, and Dave Bautista's performance as Raban was great, you know. And then you had Fade Routha, Austin Butler, menacing, menacing. I liked his performance as Fade Routha. Perfect. Perfect performance. And he was getting manipulated too. Everybody was getting manipulated by the Benny Gesserit. The Benny Gesserit are the real enemy, which is insane. They're just so good at it. They've been doing it for millennia. But he was menacing. And it's like, why? That's one part in the movie. Like Fade Routha, they all, even Princess Oraline was like, dude, he's a psychopath. Said it to Shaddam, her father, the emperor, and they're manipulating him to so there could be another Kwisatz Haderach, and maybe they're the chosen one. But why did anybody say anything to Fade Routha? Like all his servants and everything, they would always try and give him advice, and they'd end up dead. Just don't talk to the guy. Don't even look at him. I wouldn't even look at him. You know, he just didn't care. But the weird thing about his character, what Fade Routha was, he was he had some weird sense of honor and like respect for his enemy and the people that he killed. You know what I mean? He had more respect for his enemy than he had his own people and his own servants and stuff. And apparently, Harkonnens, like feeding their own people to their people. So they're very cannibalistic. That was a good twist as well. Um, didn't really get to see much of, like when Princess Oraline was there. Florence Pugh, yet again, great performance, awesome. Some of your costumes and outfits were a little outlandish, but I get it, it's a different world. You know, she's great for the limited time that they're on the screen. You know, Christopher Walken was he just looked like an old emperor that's just so worn down by trying to hold his power for so long. You can tell he's just it's just like whatever, and they kind of explain why he's so broken, but uh didn't really get to see much of them. But what we had from them, good performances. um the I wanted to see more of Shaddam's planet, definitely. um Fenring, I'm interested to know about Lady Fenring. You know, well, I've read the books, so I want to know how he's going to do it. I know how they are, but she seemed really important, and I guess her and Fade had a thing, so she's about to have a child as well. Um, the battle scenes great. I'm still with the characters though, but Chani, and I feel so bad for Chani Zendaya. She great performance. To be honest with you, she may be up for something. She's going to get some awards by her performance, but nobody is listening to this girl. Nobody's listening to Chani, and I felt for her in all those scenes. I felt for her, man. Like she's like, we can't do this, Paul. You're the one that told me we shouldn't do it. And then you see Paul. Paul is kind of getting pulled this way and that way and this way by everybody, and Chani's like a security blanket, but then Chani's putting pressure on him, like, dude, don't believe them. Just be you. And he's like, I can't. And she just can't. She understands, but she just, you know what I mean? She's so frustrated. She's trying to find a way where they can make this all work without him like going through the spice agony and becoming that leader, because it's like, we can just be simple. But unfortunately, Johnny, that's not how it works. The love of your life is going to murder billions of people. They say it too, the jihad. But Chani, Zendaya is really good in it. Very powerful performance. I was proud of her. I know I'm probably missing some, but it's so much. This movie hits you with so much, and the spectacle is like, wow, that's the movies we need. That is sci-fi written and performed to the max. A beautiful movie. Like some of the scenes with the oh and yeah, I got a couple more gripes though, because it's not a perfect movie, but it's close. But the scenes when like in the sand and it's so dark and it was dark in the theater and it was like you were kind of see the visuals, you were kind of trying to look through the sand them and like the Fremen coming up and attacking the Sardaukar and no yeah, so that is one gripe I have. Oh, they made the Sardaukar look like chumps, bro. Like, the Fremen just ran through them with ease. But another problem I had when Lady Jessica was going through the spice agony. I needed more from it. I know she's pregnant with a prince or Aaliyah, Princess Aaliyah, and and she obviously with the spice agony, she's automatically going to get all of the knowledge from all the Bene Gesserits. You know what I mean? That she's going to inherit from her mother after her mother switched over to or Lady Jessica's switched over to the Reverend Mother, went full Bene Gesserit, full sisterhood all the way. So that's going to be interesting. And I wonder, there's one person in here. Uh, Come on, starts with Anna. That I wonder how much they paid her for that 30 seconds. Although I ain't gonna lie, I like her as an actress, but I think she's just in too much, and I always joke about her eyes. But damn, that blue haze from the spice, yeah, that was a good choice. That was a good choice for Alia, however you want to pronounce it. I think that's going to come up big in Dune Messiah. So I did, but with the spice agony, I did like the worms. How they showed they go from they have some infant worms, baby worms, or whatever, younglings that they do to make the 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 water of life. That's when you ascend to you know, and I like how they went from the sand and then they would drown them in the water and extract it. That was pretty cool. That scene was like really great, and got a lot of the voice, but not as much as I wanted to, in like the weirding way. And I like the whole thing of that they added with the atomics. So they basically uh, Duke Leto the first, whatever, he he had a little stash, and that was so funny between Gurney Halleck and Stilgar. It was like, why would he put it in plain sight? He was like, that's the point of it, because nobody would look for it. He's like, I still think. What did he say? He's like, I still think it's a terrible spot or something. The two of them were funny too. But yeah, back to the spice agony. I wish you could have saw more from it. I wish it would have been more, kind of like how they showed the spice agony in the Dune. What was it, 1984 Dune with Kyle MacLachlan? But it was okay. It was okay. But the change after, it was like Paul was already on the fence, but as soon as he took that, and you can see him and Chani still trying to stay together and be one, but getting pulled apart. And that's going to be a battle in the third one. But there's so much in this movie, and I know there's a director's cut, like I said before. They could have probably made this portion two parts, because there's a lot in there. So I got to rewatch this. There's a lot to swallow. Pause in this movie. But did I forget anybody that? Oh, here's another thing too. You saw like no mentats. Where was Thufir Howard? Isn't Thufir Howard still supposed to be alive? There was like no mentats. Another gripe I had. When are we going to see this? The Spacing Guild with the Navigators. I want to see the Navigators. So I know he's probably saving it for Messiah, and Messiah is probably going to be long. It's going to probably be, this one was 2 hours and 48 minutes. Messiah is probably going to go 3 hours and 15 minutes, maybe more. I don't know. You're going to have to, because I want to see the Spacing Guild a little bit more. And now, basically, Arrakis, the Fremen have all of the armada from the Emperor Shaddam. So now they got space travel. So now they got to fight the other rival houses because they did not, how can you say, bend the knee to Paul. So, but other than that, the movie is absolutely amazing. That's all I can really say because it's so much. I'm trying to like take it all in, and I know I forgot about a lot of stuff and probably a lot of characters, but I'll be going over it more and more and doing breakdowns. But would I say out of like, let's say 10 out of 10 stars, I got to give it a 9.2. It's incredible. It's just little things they could tweak, little things they could tweak. But I'm all, who knows now? We got Doom Messiah. It's almost guaranteed the way they said it. The jihad starts now because everybody's manipulating. And you know what? No one was ever the master manipulator because they were all getting manipulated. So, anyway, I don't know. Tell me what you think. If you saw the movie, go out and see it. I do recommend you got to go see that. And on the big screen, you have to. Do not wait for it to be released on like streaming. But it's an amazing movie. So well done. And it's like, I know they had a bigger budget, a little bit bigger budget, but it still looked the same as the first one. The special effects are just so crisp. And I know they can hide a lot of stuff because it's always sandy and, and in a certain way they capture it with the subtle oversaturation of color. And it's just amazing, man. He's so good at what he does to me. And yes, he does need to be up for best director. Now, it's coming out early in the year, so there's a lot of movies coming out. We don't know. But this movie, yet again, is going to take multiple Academy Awards. And it better probably get best costume because the costumes were amazing. But, okay, I rambled on too much. I'm just so pumped about the movie. So tell me what you think. Go see the movie. If you haven't seen the movie and you watch this and now it gets you interested in watching the movie, go out and see it. So, but anyway, till the next video, like, comment, and subscribe. And I want everyone to subscribe. And I do mean everyone.